Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello, fabulous Squiz Kids listeners, and welcome to the Kids vs. Adults bumper holiday quiz on big events of 2025. I'm Bryce Corbett. All through the year in the Squiz Kids Daily podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. And at the end of every week, we've tested how much you've retained in the Kids vs. Adults weekly news quiz. But now, because it's the holidays, we're presenting some bumper Kids vs. Adult quizzes on some fun topics to see ultimately who is smarter, kids or adults. Here's how this quiz works. 10 questions for kids about the big events of 2025 and then 10 questions for the adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. All right, kids, here are your 10 questions. Question number 1. The dance floor was burned up in 2025 in the US version of the TV show Dancing with the Stars by a young Aussie who comes from a wildlife-loving family and wears a lot of khaki. Who am I talking about? Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about Robert Irwin. Question number 2. Speaking of young Aussies who made a mark on the world in 2025, name the 17-year-old sprinter from Queensland who ran in the Men's World Athletic Championships in Tokyo alongside some of his significantly older heroes, but nevertheless still held his own. Did you say Gout? Well done, you are correct. And didn't he have a great year? Question number 3. Australian voters went to the polls in May for an Australian federal election. Name the man who was elected Prime Minister. Yes, he remains Prime Minister to this day. His name is Anthony Albanese. Question number 4. Lovers of love had plenty to celebrate in 2025 when which American pop star announced her engagement to a popular American football or NFL player? Do you know the pop star I'm talking about? Of course you do. Taylor Swift. Question number 5. There were so many good movies released in 2025. The second biggest kids movie around the world in terms of ticket sales, however, was a sequel, meaning it had a 2 at the end of its title. And it took us all back to a world where only animals live and reintroduced us to Nick Wilde, the wily fox, and Judy Hopps, his bouncy rabbit offsider. What movie am I talking about? Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about Zootopia 2. Question number 6. Of course, the wackiest movie trend of 2025 saw audiences around the world erupt at the mention of the 2 words chicken jockey. What movie am I talking about? Yeah, of course, I'm talking about the Minecraft movie. What a crazy craze that was. Question number 7. The teen social media ban was introduced in Australia in December. What age do kids now need to be to access social media platforms like Snapchat and TikTok? That's right, they need to be 16 years old. So get off those platforms now, kids. Question number 8. The 2025 AFL Grand Final was won by the Lions. And the 2025 NRL and NRLW Grand Finals were won by the Broncos men's and women's team. Which city do all 3 of these teams call home? Yeah, that's right, it's Brisbane. Go Brizzy, you good thing. Question number 9. The world was shocked in October when thieves broke into the famous Louvre Museum in Paris and stole priceless crown jewels. In what European country is Paris and the Louvre located? Well done if you said France. Ho, 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 ho. Question number 10. It was a big year for The Wizard of Oz, with the Wicked movie sequel hitting cinemas and busting the box office in the process. In both the book and the movie, what animals are given wings and work alongside the Wicked Witch of the West? Who, it apparently turns out, wasn't all that wicked. It's a matter of perspective, apparently. Which animals were given wings in the book and the movie? Those animals would be monkeys. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 10? And do you think that's going to be enough to beat the adults? Here's hoping. All right, adults, it's your turn now. Fire up the grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. Let's throw a couple of politics questions at the adults just to get their brain cogs turning. But relax, adults, they're not that hard. Australia held a federal election in May of this year, as we've already discussed. Name the leader of the coalition who lost the election and his seat. And while you're at it, name the person who replaced him as opposition leader. And there's half a point for each correct answer. The opposition leader who lost the election and his seat was Peter Dutton, and he was replaced by Susan Lee. Question number 2. Overseas now, and 2025 saw the inauguration in Washington, D.C. of Donald Trump as the 47th President of the United States of America. Who was installed as his Vice President? Yeah, that's right, it was J.D. Vance. Question number 3. In royal news, there was only really one big story of 2025, and that was the demise of Prince Andrew. What was the name of the 30-room royal mansion on the grounds of Windsor Castle in which he was living rent-free and from which he was turfed out by his brother, King Charles? Was it A, Frogmore Cottage, B, St James's Palace, or C, Royal Lodge? Well done if you said C, Royal Lodge. Question number 4. Mushrooms became something of a national obsession during 2025. What was the dish that triple murderer Erin Patterson served to unsuspecting lunch guests that kicked off one of the most fascinating police investigations and court cases of the year? Do you remember what she served? That's right, it was beef Wellington. How could you forget? Question number 5. The NRL, the National Rugby League, announced an expansion club in 2025 to an Aussie state much better known for its love of AFL. Which state was it announced would be getting its own NRL team in 2027? Yes, that's right, it was Western Australia, in the shape of the Perth Bears, no less. Question number 6. What is the name of Taylor Swift's fiancé? Yeah, that's right. His name is Travis Kelce. Question number 7. Aussie Oscar Piastri came close to winning his maiden Formula One championship in 2025, but was pipped at the post by his teammate. Now, this question is a two-parter. Half a point for each correct answer. What is the name of his teammate, and which team do they both race for? His teammate's name is Lando Norris, and they both race for the McLaren team. Question number 8. One of the biggest manhunts ever undertaken by Australian police took place in the Snowy Mountains region of Victoria in the middle of 2025. What was the name of the man they were searching for? Was it A, Desi Fremount, B, Desi Freeman, or C, Desi Freehold? Well done if you said B, Desi Freeman. Question number 9. The entertainment world was thrown for a 6 in 2025 when which Aussie power couple announced they were separating? She's big in the movie world and he calls Nashville home. Yep, that's right, I'm talking about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. Question number 10. All eyes were on Rome for a week or so in May when the Catholic Church elected a new pope, following the passing of Pope Francis. This is another two-part question. Name the new Pope who was finally chosen by his cardinal buddies. And what nationality is he? Half a point for each correct answer. Give yourselves half a point if you said Pope Leo, and give yourself another half a point if you said American. How did you go, adults? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who is the winner of this week's bumper quiz? All right, now we've given your brain cells a workout, it's time for...
Shout-outs.
And it's a very happy birthday to these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today and over the past week. And because there's a bunch of you, I think it's time to crack out the old birthday reggae tune. Hit it. Happy birthday to Ethan from Glen Iris, Sarah from Wagga Wagga, Lucas from Curry Curry, Raven from Parabadoo, Preston from Ashmont, Jensen from Officer, Billy from Eglinton, Raday from Vermont South, Dashi from Narrabeen, Viaz from Vermont South, Poppy from Singleton, Hamza from Oran Park, and Olivia from Toorak. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. If you're hanging out for something to do over the holidays, maybe find yourself on a road trip and are looking for distraction, we have a whole back catalogue of these quizzes for you to listen to, and indeed a whole lot of other excellent kid-friendly content. The best bit, all of it is free. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or find it all in the Squiz Kids feed of your favourite podcasting app. And remember, if you subscribe, all of this excellent free audio content will just magically appear. And if you haven't done it yet, be sure to pop on over to the Squiz Kids website. We'd love to know your hopes and dreams for yourself, your family, and the planet for 2026. Make sure to get permission from a parent or a carer before leaving us a voice message, because we might use your voice memo in a podcast in the new year. For now, though, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.